It's a shame. Great man, great footballer, a legend.
But when I heard about the news, it was pretty shocking, to be fair.
I think it was heartbreaking, and he was a bit very young.
It's very, very, very sad. One of the greatest, if not the greatest footballer.
I love Maradona. He's probably my favourite football player of all time, you know. When I remember the first time when I would watch him, I would just be like, wow.
Obviously being English, we remember the '86 World Cup on the hand of God goal, but 4 minutes later he scored the greatest goal ever. So I suppose we'll forgive him that.
It's a cheeky move, but you know, at the end of the day he got away with it, you know, and that's all that counts, you know. I don't have any hate towards him for it, you know. I don't have any hate. We probably wouldn't have done so well anyway.
Over the years we've seen just the development of technology, so it's a lot more clear to see little mistakes, whereas before things have slided. So.
Football is football, yeah? It's a sport, it's a game of chance, it's a game of skill. Football is football. Things happen every week, every year. If something happens that's particular or not particular.
That's the way it is in football, you know. Back then I don't think they had all the cameras and everything like that, so.
If you asked me what I thought of Maradona as a man, I thought he was a cheating little bastard. That goal, I mean, he did that deliberately, I'm sorry. And as a footballer, he was a great footballer. But as a man, I think he was a dirty, cheating piece of shit. And I wanted him, I didn't expect him to die. I thought he may have the guts at one day to apologise for what he did. And if he'd done that, I'd have forgiven him, because he was a great footballer.
I mean, there's always kind of rivalry between the great teams, and yeah, I think a lot of people do remember that moment. But you know, he was still a fantastic player, like regardless of any controversial moments. And I think that's what, you know, we'll remember him for over here as well.
We carried a lot of resentment about that goal and regret for a long time, but the mood in the country today is that's all in the past, and like the mood is remembering the great player. You know how blessed football was.
How is someone doing this with the ball? You know, how is someone managing these skills, these maneuvers? So yeah, it's I never knew him personally, obviously, but you know, it's quite sad that he's passed away.
Just reflecting on you know, what a great player he was, and you know how few, if any, we've ever seen like him before. And I watched that the great documentary on his life last night, and it just left me sort of thinking about, you know, the tragedy that the man, you know, how much pressure he carried on his shoulders throughout his whole life, and very sad that he had so many struggles and seemed to struggle to find his own peace as a man as well as a footballer.
When they won the World Cup, Argentina won the World Cup, my father was celebrating in the pubs, English pubs, and my father was celebrating.
He was seen as an idol, especially in Naples and everywhere all over the world. And I think he's going to be admired and inspired from many future footballers in the later future. So he's done a great history when it comes down to football, and he's going to make a change to the football career, I think.
He was really good for the people. I mean, the people love him inside because he gave, you know, something for his country.
I suppose for Argentinian people, he must have been kind of a bit of a legend in a way, and also obviously his reputation lives on, and like through like obviously Lionel Messi as well. That's kind of like how his legacy has lived on, I suppose. Argentinos, lo siento for your loss. And he was a great football player, great. Well, I don't know about him as personally as a man. I know he did some naughty things, you know. But he was a great football player, pleasure to watch, and I am quite sad that he's died. Yeah, I was gutted when I heard.
I sent my full condolences to all of the Argentinian footballers and people from Argentina. The whole Maradona family as well.
We can imagine what a figurehead and leader he was in the country, and how much he meant for Argentina and all the things he achieved for the country in the 1980s. And so I can imagine it must be a time of great grieving and sadness, and our thoughts are with you very much.
I know that you guys are obviously quite upset about what's happened, and obviously through this whole situation that's occurred, you guys can find some peace.
Our condolences and wishes go to the people of Argentina, the passing of this legend and your hero, and God bless Diego.